Hello, fourth graders. Today we are learning how to interpret a remainder. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit on this. The words are a little tight. Okay, so the museum operator uses a large golf cart to shuttle students to the off-site exhibit. The cart holds 7 passengers and there are 22 students. So how many trips must the driver take? All right, so we have 22. And we deliver 7. So how many are left? There's 15 left. Then we do 15, take away 7, and there's 8 students left. 8, take away 7, and there's 1 student left. So are we going to let that student stay behind, or are we going to have to go ahead and go back? So now I have 1 left, and it can hold 7, but in this last trip, this would be the remainder, right? So there's 1 trip, 2 trips, 3 trips, and then 1 last trip with a remainder of 1. So how would this look? This would be a 3 remainder 1, and this is a little bit of a real-world analysis. So how many trips does the driver need to take? Well, it's 3 full trips, and so they didn't have to leave that last kid all by himself. We have to do a 4th trip. So in reality, he has to do 4 total trips. Okay, next one. Jim is baking cookies for his class. Each batch of ingredients makes 6 cookies. Jim has 28 students in his class, so how many batches is he going to need to make in order for all 30 students to get a cookie? Okay, so let's try the same thing again if you like. So we have 28 that we need to get cookies for. After the first batch, how many students are left without cookies? 28 take away 6 would be 22. Okay, now 22. Take away another batch of 6 cookies in the second batch. So now there would be 16 without cookies. Okay, 16. Take away another batch, 10 cookies. All right, 16. Take away another batch. Sorry, 10. Take away another batch of 6 would be 4 cookies, or 4 students left where cookies are. These 4 students don't get cookies yet. So what is it? It's really 1, 2, 3, 4 batches and a remainder of 4. Okay, so really, how many batches do we need to make? So we end up with, if we have 28 divided these different ways, so let's look at it again. So 28, and then we make 6, so there's 22. 22 take away 6 gives us the 16. 16 take away 6 gives us 10, and 10 take away 6 gives us 4. So how many batches do we need to make? What do you think? Yeah, so that would be 5 batches, right? So there's going to be 30 cookies made in total. But what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4 batches with a remainder of 4, or a total of 5 batches needs to be made. Okay. On to the next one. Okay, so the teacher is splitting into 5 groups. So how many groups of 5 are there? So let's think about this. So 5, this would be 5. Another group would give us to 10. Another group would get us to 15. This is another way we can count. Another group would get us to 20, and another group would get us to 25. But there's 27 students. So there's really 2 students remaining. So really we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a remainder of 2. So we have 5 remainder of 2. So how many full groups do we have currently? So we'd have 5 full groups. Question 4. 27 students in a class. Teacher asks students to get into groups of 5. How many students will not have a group? So this is the same scenario. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we have 5 groups. But it's asking the question a little bit of a different way. So how many students will not have a group of those 5 groups remaining with 2 that didn't make it in? So it's still going to be a 5 remainder 2, but how this question is worded, it's asking for how many students do not have a group. That would be a remainder of 2. Okay, last one. Basketball director must transport 47 students, and each van holds 6. So let's think about this. 6 times 6 would be 36. 6 times 7 is 42. That's not enough. 6 times 8 will be 48. So really it's 6 times 7 vans equals 42. And we need 47 total. So the last van isn't going to be full. There's going to be 7 vans with a remainder of between 42 and 47 is 5. So we're looking at 7 remainder of 5. But how many vans do we actually have to take? So that this last group, even though it's not a full van, we're going to need a total of 8 vans to get all of the students where they need to go. All right, good job, and I'll see you tomorrow.